I will say, it's one thing, and I know. First of all, I completely, I'm not going to sit here and say that as a Browns fan, you don't know something about rebuilding because I mean the thing about Bengals fans is Bengals fans really haven't witnessed a rebuild like this since Marvin Lewis came to town. Because I mean we kind of had a little mini rebuild there when Carson Palmer asked for a trade, and then we brought on Andy Dalton, AJ Green, and guys like Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap really kind of started coming into their own. But it was really more of a transition than it was a rebuild. So Bengals fans are not used to rebuilding. It just hasn't happened in a long time. But this rebuild has been kind of more or less happening since 2016. We lost that playoff game against the Steelers, and it really just kind of feels like the Bengals front office hit the reset button right then and there. Which I don't know if they really should have at the time, but at the same time, I think they kind of set that up for themselves with the contract situation because we had so many key free agents in the 2015-2016 offseason. We had, just to name a few, we had Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu, I believe Andrew Whitworth, Kevin Zeitler. We had a lot of guys, a lot of really big key pieces who were their contracts were up and had to be renegotiated, and we were going to lose some guys. And we made some bad decisions. We let Andrew Whitworth go. We let the offensive line fall apart. I was listening to Orange is the New Black podcast with Zim Hude and Ace Boogie, and they mentioned that I can't remember one of the two. I think it was Zim mentioned that somebody he knows was talking to Marvin Lewis, and Marvin Lewis just kind of finds this whole thing comical because Marvin Lewis was trying to tell the Bengals front office for years, hey, you got to fix this offensive line. We got roster problems here, here, and here. What are you doing? And the Bengals are going out and drafting John Ross, and look what happened there.
Let me say this though. I want to say this about this game about Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield. So yeah. I am on Baker Mayfield's island. I am the last Baker Mayfield fan left. Like, where are you, Baker Mayfield fans? There's a lot of Baker Mayfield haters.
I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, and I'm a Bengals fan.
I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan. Look, Baker. I'm about to be real with you. I think Baker, you're due for a bounce back game. And one thing Baker does a good job of, he does a great job of bouncing back. He does a great job of bouncing back.
But it's not going to happen this week. Y'all are going down.
I know it's going to happen.
No.
Well, here's the thing, though. I remember, here's how I feel about this game. I was watching, I remember Game 5 of the NBA Finals, 2016. The Cavs were down 3-1, right? And LeBron and Kyrie were pissed, and they were getting smoked by the media. And I remember before the game, before warm-ups, LeBron and Kyrie was coming out the tunnel. And I remember that look that both of them had on their faces. I remember that look. And they stood next to each other. And they were coming out that tunnel with the most ambitious look I have ever seen in my life. That game, both of them dropped 41 points. At the end of the Steelers game, Baker gets benched. Odell Beckham on the sideline with his shoes on. Both of them are standing next to each other with that same exact look that LeBron and Kyrie have. Now, Baker, if you're the competitor that I think you are, Baker, then you should be able to shit anybody. If anybody's a competitor, if you lose your starting job, if that don't light a fire up under your ass, bro, if losing your starting job in the fourth quarter to Case Keenum don't light a fire up under your ass, then I don't know what will. You got pulled from the game, Baker. You got pulled from the game. The fact of the matter is, y'all were losing so much that you got pulled from the game. You got pulled from the game, Baker Mayfield. You got pulled from the game, and you let Case Keenum come in and finish the game for you. Let that sink in. Do you want that to happen again? Do you want to be a free agent quarterback? Do you want to be another quarterback on that list? But you better win this weekend. He knows he better win this weekend. And look, if you can't win this weekend, then you're not our quarterback.
Hey, Thomas.
That's how I feel.
Do you remember when me and you were in college together, and we went to I believe the Crystal Bar to watch the Bengals and Browns play? You might not because we were both plastered out.
We walked in the Crystal, but we walked out.
What? No,
like
no.
I think it was the Crystal. For like, I'm pretty sure with the Pigskin because like I ate all them olives. We went to Red Brick and went to Pigskin.
It might have been Pigskin. I swear I thought it was Crystal. But point being, you and me were. Point being, you and me watched Bengals Browns. I want to say in 2015. I don't remember what year it was now, but it was when it might have been 2016. It was when Johnny Manziel was your quarterback, and the Bengals just went the hell off on him. You know, you had
I remember
the money sign of him because he was playing so poorly. You had
I remember
doing the belly thing. You know, we Bengals fans need another game like that. Now, I like Baker Mayfield. I hated Johnny Manziel. I thought he was a douche. So I loved seeing Johnny Manziel get made a fool like that. But you know what? As much as I like Baker Mayfield, he's on the Browns and he's got to be sacrificed. And we need this win, and it ain't happening. You know, our defense is slowly getting better. The only thing is I'm not so sure about our pass rush. That's my biggest thing. I think if Carl Lawson can get going, I think Baker Mayfield's going to have a rough day. At least as far as pressure goes. I'm still not entirely sure how to feel about our defense yet. But man, do we need it. Man, do we need it. We need the Bengals to absolutely go off on this Browns team because the fan base here is I mean, man, we've already won a game and a half way faster than we did last year. It looks like we're already having a better year than we did last year, but people are still freaking out over here. We need this game. And I'm not saying y'all don't need this game too, but I'm gonna sit over here and I'm gonna rep my team.
Yeah, I feel it. You should. This is it's a rivalry. This is what it is. It's sports. I like Barrow and everything, and I like all the Bengals fans who are watching this show. But you know what? Look, y'all, I need this win, dude. Y'all don't know what it's like to be me. Y'all don't know what it's like to be me.
You know what?
Fan.
You know what?
Y'all don't know.
You mentioned you like the Bengals fans who watch this show. Well, I'll tell you what. You Browns fans who watch this show, I love you guys. I love you so much. If you watch this show, I don't care if you're a Steelers fan and you watch this show. I love the fact that you're watching this show. Pick a better team, but I love.
I don't understand what it's like to be me as a Cleveland fan.
But at the same time,
stop all of that. Do you know how
great next week? We need this one.
Let me tell you how hard it is to be a Cleveland fan, right? We get the best player, one of the best basketball players to ever play the game, right? One of the best basketball players to ever play the game, right? Put together this awesome team, right? And then, like any other year in NBA history, any other like 4-year stretch in NBA history, the Cavs would have won like 2, 3, possibly even 4 championships. Any other stretch in NBA history. You know what happens? The greatest team ever assembled happens the same time that we get the best player in the NBA. Ain't that some shit?
Are you talking about the Boston Celtics?
No, I'm talking about the Warriors.
Okay. You're talking about when LeBron came back. Okay. You know what?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Warriors.
Y'all got a championship. Where's my championship?
Got one championship.
You know what? We got none in my lifetime. The Reds won in 1990, and I was born in 1992.
We got one championship in 50 years, bro. Well, I guess Cincinnati,
At least you got one in your lifetime. We don't even get a basketball team. We had a basketball team, and then they moved to Kansas City, and then that team moved to Sacramento.
At least your football team made the playoffs in the last 5 years.
Well, yeah, and then and then proceeded to have one of the unluckiest playoff result streaks in modern memory. And people, honestly, at this point, just because of how badly we performed when we got to the playoffs, people kind of forget sometimes that we even got.
Dang, yeah.